Hello again! It's time to put the big back into Big Dave. That's right, there's been a brute update to Tribes Ascend. Strangely enough, it's called Staying Alive. I'll refrain from any Robin Gibb jokes, that's what Twitter's for. So, what's been brought in with this patch? Well, not much as far as I can tell. The brute gets 2 new weapons and a new utility pack, the Raider's plasma gun gets a slight nerf again, and there's a new streaming video feature in-game. Now, the streaming video thing is quite good because it actually lets them show off some of the competitive esports side of things in-game, as well as providing some of the newbie tutorial videos. So, yeah, that's a very good thing. It's about time though. It did take you long enough. It was kind of useful to have that on launch, but never mind, it got there in the end. The videos seem to come right off of YouTube, and in the case of the live streams, I think they're from Twitch TV. But I'm not here to talk about that, no. I'm here to talk about me failing as a brute and not getting why they've put these weapons in. I'll be honest, heavy classes have never been my favourite. A lot of other people can attest to that because frankly they're not played all that much. When you think of tribes, you think of travelling at stupid speeds, capturing flags, firing big fat discs or skidding across an alien world, not standing still waiting for someone to fly into you. Which is what most of the heavy classes do tend to end up doing. Which is sad really, because if it wasn't for the heavy classes then capture the flag mats would be over in seconds. Everyone would just go Pathfinder and fly straight into the flag with nobody there to stop them. The new weapons for the Brute, which is one of the most basic heavy classes, it gives them a bit more utility. Only a bit, mind. I honestly can't find any niche that the 2 guns fill that aren't already filled by the Brute's arsenal already. First off is the Gladiator. It's a sticky delayed AoE explosives weapon that kind of like a one-shot arcs buster, and that it sticks to surfaces and then detonates after a set delay. It pulses 3 times, each with a larger splash zone but lower damage each time. It arcs through the air so it's harder to aim with than the heavy spin fuser that it replaces, but it does a bit more damage if you hit them head on, and more splash damage if you hit them with the first pulse. But good luck doing that if they're not standing still, because the delay on it will just alert anyone near it and they'll just run away from it. That means it's not a very good dueling weapon. As for buildings, it'll do roughly the same amount of damage as the heavy spin fuser, although I believe at the moment it does a bit more damage against generators than the heavy spin fuser. The thing about the Gladiator is it's not that good at dueling, the spin fuser is much better. It's not that much better at attacking buildings, and it auto-detonates means that it's useless for making traps, like the Infiltrator's Jackal can. There's only 2 places that I can see that the Gladiator is hands down better. The first is flag clearing. Anyone sees it coming will instinctively run, meaning that heavy on the flag will either flee or will take a lot of damage. Both are good for anyone trying to grab the flag. As a bonus, it'll take out any mines or stickies sitting on the flag point. The second place is when you are the heavy on the flag. If you spot an incoming Pathfinder already in the air, stick a Gladiator down and chances are one of the pulses will send him flying in the wrong direction. The only other use that I can see is building and vehicle destruction, which the spin fuser can do as well. Next up is the new plasma cannon. This is just the plasma gun's bigger brother. That, strangely, doesn't do all that much more damage. It really is just a plasma gun with a bigger model. It is just as useless at long to extreme range as the normal plasma gun. The Nova Colt does long range better, and its niche is mid to short range, which is already kinda handled by the automatic shotgun, at least in the short range. The Nova Colt's the medium range, and it kinda fills the roles of both the Colt and the shotgun while not being better than them. Splash damage makes it very annoying at the shotgun's range, but its slow projectiles means that by the time you get to mid-range you begin to miss a lot. I really don't know what they were trying to do with these weapons. At first glance it seems like they were trying to turn the Brute into a heavy raider, some kind of high HP duelist, but its low speed and poor maneuverability will mean it will never work well like that. Its previous weapons were great at area denial, base defense and base offense, with fractal grenades and heavy spin fuser doing these nicely. The Gladiator and the plasma cannon can do the last one quite well, but the other 2, not so much. The problem is the spin fuser is very general purpose, it's very flexible. The Gladiator isn't. The Nova Colt and the automatic shotgun are very niche. The plasma cannon kind of breaks that out a bit by covering bits of both niches well enough, but sadly not enough to offset the Gladiator's failings. And I wouldn't use the plasma cannon with the spin fuser because they're far too similar. Likewise, I wouldn't use the plasma cannon with the Gladiator myself, I'd use the Colt. What made the Raider's plasma gun godlike, other than its massive hitbox, was that the fact the class didn't have a spin fuser alternative, and the plasma gun filled that role. The Raider suddenly has this excellent dueling capability where before it relied on its automatic rifle, but the Brute just isn't a dueling class. Mostly due to its speed. They tried to fix that with the new utility pack, and while that gives more HP, faster run speed and faster energy regen, it's just not enough to make the Brute fly as an open field duelist. Both weapons and the new pack are definitely side grades, which is awesome, but I don't feel they're unique enough that they open the Brute up to any new playstyles. Although after what happened with the Raider suddenly becoming Soldier, maybe that's a good thing. If the Gladiator was a better weapon, if it did something other than just be really good at taking out buildings or clearing the flag, if it was something else, then maybe I could see a case for the plasma cannon. It's the Gladiator that's pulling it back, really. The plasma cannon's fine. But after the fiasco that was the plasma gun, I actually honestly think the Gladiator is underpowered. It's not good enough. This could actually be quite a good test for high res. I mean, they updated the plasma gun, they nerfed that quite quickly. It was the day after the patch. I wonder if they'll be just as quick to fix the Gladiator as they were to nerf the plasma gun. We'll see what happens next. This has been Tribes Ascend, I've been Big Dave, and I have to go. Goodbye.